Good day, petrol heads. So today I am doing a bit of work inside the car. Now, interior of the car is pretty stock, and if you've got an M340i like mine, you might have this nasty fake, I don't even know what to call it, carbon fibre effect. I don't even know what you call it, carbon fibre or fish scale. So I just find that looks very unpremium, if that's a word. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to carbonise these, so put carbon fibre on them. I'm going to show you the whole video of doing it because I've done the steering wheel already, so taking the nasty silver off here. I mean, if you've got the silver surround, you'll know what I mean, the stock standard steering wheel. Nice thing about this is you get a cool little cutout there, and it fits in about 20 minutes, nice and easy to do. So what I'm going to do is cover this, even though that's just plain, I'm going to cover that, and then I'm obviously going to cover this area as well. And then there's a little piece for here, which that's gloss black on mine. I don't know if it's different on other cars. So yeah, like I said, it's a stock interior. I just want to make it look a bit more premium. I've already done the gear knob, that's true carbon fibre as well, and as mentioned, the steering wheel. So let's get on with what we need to do to make sure this goes on well and looks good, and doesn't just look cheap and nasty. So let's head over to the garage where I've got the bits where I can show you. Carbon fibre. So as you can see from beneath, it is true carbon fibre. It's got some sticky pads on, but I'm going to add additional ones because I want to make sure it stays stuck and doesn't raise up, because you know, sun coming through the car in summer, you can get some heat in there. So that's nice and glossy. So the kit includes we'll call it the gear surround. Well, I've kind of gone through these. The top corner piece, again, I'm going to put additional tape there to make sure it stays stuck. We then get the cubby hole, whatever you want to call it, cover. I'm going to put it down that way so I don't scratch it all. The little piece for the top, and then hiding behind here is the piece that runs along the passenger side. So it's all really nice made, all carbon fibre. That's got enough piece on it. I might put a little extra bit there. So yeah, I'll kind of show you the cleaning process, because what you want to do before, you don't just stick it on there and hope for the best, because I'm sure if you're like me, you like keeping your car clean. So I'm going to give it a dust. I'm going to go on and give it a good dust. Imagine like you're putting a phone protector screen on. Like, I know it's not see-through, but you want to do the same thing. So I'm going to give it a dust with this. And then what I'm also going to do is give it all of the points where this is getting installed a wipe down with. Fantastic. This is so handy. Always have this if you're doing anything. Isopropyl alcohol, 99.9999% pure. So I'm going to then do a wipe around with this to make sure that there's any residue, any dashboard clean or anything like that that's going to stop it adhering properly, that this gets that stuff off. That was the original steering wheel insert, whatever you want to call it. So you can see, just cheap and nasty. I think it's just I think all M340i's will have that, whether it's the G's or the F's. So that obviously came out and replaced with that nice carbon fibre one. So that's a replacement. As I mentioned, all these are the stick-ons. I'm not that fussy to go to the extent of trying to rip the whole dash out, physically take them out and put actually inserted carbon fibre ones in. If I do this right, no one's going to be able to know that they're stuck on. And if it does look bad when I've stuck them on, I'll just take them off and send them back. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get the lovely little duster mitt I've got, which is really handy. I'm going to do this bit first just to show you, because I might as well do. So just give that a quick dust. This car's quite clean, and then I've sprayed isopropyl alcohol all on that cloth, and literally, because this stuff was obviously alcohol based, it will evaporate, so just give it a good wipe down. You just need to leave it to do its thing, really kind of flip it over onto the dry side. So there we go. So I'm going to go on and do that on everything. Just give that a minute or so, just to so I don't know how my camera work was then, so just give it a minute to go off, evaporate, whatever you want to call it, and just make sure that it's as clean as can be. I should really use my mountain bike chest mount for this kind of stuff, shouldn't I? So that's done. I'm going to chuck the cloth in here. Now the piece I'm talking about, I'm glad I've chosen this piece. As you can see there, it's got sticky stuff, but what I'm going to do is I bought some extra M3 sticky tape. I'm actually going to put some along there and along there. There we go, with the extra tape on there. Now I'm going to sit in the car, peel these off. I'm going to line it up and put it down carefully and give it a bit of a wipe to get the finger marks off. So, when you buy things off AliExpress, as I'm finding out, things don't necessarily fit. They take a long time to turn up, and sending them back can cost you a fortune, so I think they must probably rely on that. However, being said, this one was a nightmare to fit. It was actually too big. On here it actually overhung, so I think I've done quite a good job. So I had to tape it off across here, position it, and then I had to slowly score through the back of it with a Stanley knife so that it would basically cut through it, because it hung over and then this wouldn't shut. So I had to do the same on the other side. And then because this crisscross effect that was there before, this effect was round here, well, sorry, round here. So this crisscross effect, let me start that again. This crisscross effect was round this corner, so you could kind of see it. So what I've actually done is put some black tape round and under this front and this front, so it just looks black. So you can't notice the tape when it's opened up, and then when you shut it down, you can't, unless someone pointed it out to you, you can't notice that it's been cut. So it's a bit of a scary moment scoring through carbon fibre, but yeah, this piece didn't fit, and then it was a pain to line up and drop on with the sticky pads. It was a nightmare. So it's 99% perfect. I've got a tiny little gap there, tiny little gap, but once this thing's dropped on, you can't really get it off. It is one of the most difficult things. One of the most things that I thought was going to be the most simplest is actually being one of the most difficult things. This went on a bit easier. Again, it's quite a good fit. There is a tiny little gappage here, which I can't do anything about. Trying to lift these things back off once you've positioned them, it's now impossible because they're so thin, you just risk snapping the carbon fibre. So I'd rather it not try and rip it off and snap it or bend it, and it have that little imperfection down the side. Sometimes my OCD, I try and get everything perfect and end up ruining stuff because I try and undo it, and then you end up making more of a mess. So, you know, to anyone else who sees it, looks really nice. I know there's a couple of little niggles, but it's me, it's my car. This one was about the easiest to fit. So this was just over the black piece. This was quite easy to angle and drop on from that point of view. So steering wheel done. That bit's done. I'm going to see if I can get a proper carbon fibre surround for here. It would be nice to get rid of this silver. A lot of the ones I've looked at though, the problem is they're fake carbon fibre, not real carbon fibre. This is all real carbon fibre, as mentioned. So got the last bit to do. I've got a feeling this is going to be a nightmare to line up. Hopefully, because I've got more room, I can pull the tape out as I go along. With these, you can't really do that, you know, like when you put body kits on. So I'm going to get that piece lined up and hopefully see if I can get that on neat, because I don't want any of that showing, because you see that your passenger looks straight at that. So I'm hoping that this lines up nicely. Right, that was I think I got lucky with that one. That went on perfectly. Look at that. Couldn't actually tell that that wasn't fitted from factory. Just give it a bit of a polish. There we go. So that's what the passenger sees. This is the passenger's view. Like I said, there's a tiny little imperfection there. That's about the only one now. There we go. That opens. That crisscross pattern. Steering wheel's done. I've got carbon fibre floppy paddles come in, the magnetic ones. There we go. Just looks so much nicer, that carbon fibre, than what it was before, whatever you want to call it, fake fibre crisscross stuff. So yeah, definitely looks more premium inside my stock looking car. So yeah. So just take your time. Make sure you clean all the surfaces. If you get a cover like that, you might have to modify it. I'm not bothering putting that one on that goes under here. There's a thin strip that goes under there. That's black anyway, it's not silver, and trying to get in there to stick a piece on, it's just going to go wrong. I'm probably going to stick it on here, pulling, doing more damage than good. So it does come with this tiny little piece that I've not fitted. So a piece over there, steering wheel's obviously been carbonised. Centre console, the centre console lid, and then the passenger I don't even know what you call that. What do you even call it? The passenger details stripe. So yes, so nice looking fresh interior, and I'm pretty happy with that. That was a nightmare. That should have just been straightforward, but all I can say is it could have gone a lot worse. So thank you for watching my video on carbonising your interior. If you're interested in doing it, like I say, just expect things to be very finite or to not 100% fit, and just take your time, patience, and yeah, you'll end up with a good result. Definitely worth the half an hour it's taken. So stay tuned for more. Thank you for watching.